Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for January 6th through the 12th. We're going to pull cards for the week with this deck here, and then we're going to pull a blessing card for you guys at the end with that deck there. A lot of you really like that blessing deck, and I figure, hey, we're still early in this year. Why not kick it off with a nice little blessing for everybody? So we'll see what prayer comes up for you guys. But we're going to see what's happening in the week ahead for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week approaching. So Monday, Tuesday for Cancer. Here's your Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday for Cancer. Wednesday, Thursday. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Alrighty. Let's go right on in here and see what's happening for our darling Cancer friends. Ooh, Monday, Tuesday, kicking it off with the Star. That's a nice, happy little card there. Those of you that are really into the astrological aspects of the cards, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. There could be some project or an Aquarius that might be coming into your life in the beginning of the week that could be significant for you in some way. If you have Aquarius in your chart, in your moon or in your rising or something, it could, or in your Venus, it could really be kind of coming to the forefront. It could really be an aspect of yourself that's going to be very beneficial for you to embrace. But those of you that watch my videos, you've heard me say before, I don't like to get too hung up on the astrology of it, simply because it, like I said, it could be somebody's moon or rising or Venus, and we don't always know that about somebody, right? You might meet somebody and they could be a different sun sign, and you wouldn't know, and you could completely miss a message. So for that reason, I don't like to get too hung up on that. Just me as a reader personally. Now, this is a card that, for me, I see it as a promise from spirit, a promise from the universe. And when it comes up, it comes up with a message that the worst of it is over. The worst of things are behind you. So if you've been struggling, or if the road has felt very rough for you, and you're kind of coming into the new year and you're just kind of iffy about it, like, is all that stuff really behind me in 2019? Is it coming into 2020? When the Star card comes up, it's like, look, the worst of it is over. It's behind you. And now is the time for building. Now is the time for rising up. Now is the time for shining. Now is the time that you take all the tools those experiences gave you, and you're able to really create something long lasting in your life. This is a very creative energy. This is a very inspired energy. It's, coming out of the darkness, this bright shining light, and being an inspiration to others. Don't be surprised, Cancer, if some of you are in a situation where you are receiving a lot of attention, and people seem to be very interested in you and very interested in your story and what it is that you have experienced in your life. I'm getting a sense some of you might even be interviewed for something. Okay. So it could be maybe somebody's writing an article or writing a book, or something you've done that's bringing attention to you. But don't be surprised if you find yourself in the beginning of the week where you are in some way the topic of discussion, the center of attention. I just heard guest of honor. So I don't know. Some of you might be a guest of honor or a keynote speaker at something, or preparing or being invited to do such a thing. But the Star card is a very, very, beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful card. And regardless of how it's coming into your life, it's, because these are general readings, it is a beautiful energy that I really encourage every single one of you to just kind of grasp, take a hold of it, harness it, because this is long-term success. This is long-term stability. So whatever it is you're working on in the beginning of the week, this is something that's going to be worth your while. Okay, worth your while, and giving you a chance to shine. Cancer, I feel some of you are coming out of a cycle where, you've been very selfless. You've been very giving. You've done a lot for other people, always kind of like invested in their dreams and their hopes, and just kind of really like putting others above you, putting others, in the spotlight, and you've just been like in the supporting role. But I feel it's becoming very clear for you that this is the time for you to shine. This is the time for you to be in the lead, right? And to accept others coming up behind you in the supporting role. So there's just some kind of like reveal here, like preparing for a reveal. I think some of you are really getting really kind of in touch, in tune with your creativity, inspiration, and you feel that it's time for you to like get ready to shine. I think a lot of you are really stepping into this star energy. Okay, your Wednesday, Thursday, my darlings, is 5 of Swords. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest. So we just talked about this big, beautiful energy, right? Coming in, being ready to shine, being ready to be seen, being ready to take on this undertaking. Anytime we're making a really big shift like this and we're really prepared for big positive changes and we start getting our confidence, we start to believe in ourselves, sometimes we have people around us that this makes them very insecure. It scares them because they don't know how to deal with the new you. They don't know how to deal with like you being happy and you having success coming your way and you being busy with all this stuff, because it leaves them feeling like, okay, but what's going to happen to me? Like, what if Cancer's all happy and forgets all about me and they're going to go off and they're going to do their thing and, I'm just going to be chopped liver over here. And so there could be that you find a situation where someone is kind of having a power struggle with you about what you're wanting to do. They might be trying to talk you out of it. They may argue with you. They may even say things that trigger you to kind of try to break you out of this confidence. And it can be a situation where you find yourself at a crossroads where you're like, okay, do I want to burn this bridge? Do I want to try to salvage this? There could be some kind of a disagreement. And a lot of the times when 5 of Swords comes up, the disagreement comes from something very small. It's something really simple. Like, did you leave that back door open again? Or, hey, I thought I asked you to turn off that light. Or like the littlest thing can become this real big, massive, argument. And it's because of all of the underlying issues, right? It's all of the underlying issues. It's not necessarily about the back door being left open. It's not necessarily about the light being left on. It's about not being heard, or, not feeling safe in a situation, or feeling somebody doesn't, care about your safety, or it's something much deeper than the little thing, because something is triggering us. So my advice to you guys, if you don't want to burn the bridge, some of you are like, I am ready. I am so ready. I don't even care. And some of you know right away what this is. You know what direction you're going in. You know who you don't want to have around you. And you've already made your decision. But if you're more like, oh, I don't want the conflict, I don't want to burn bridges, what you can do is when this argument happens or this disagreement happens midweek, take a moment to step away without responding or it going further, and really write out how you're feeling, why you're upset, what about the situation is triggering you, how it's making you feel, how you would like things to be different. And once you've done all of that inner work, you can go back to that person and say, okay, hey, I just needed to calm down. Can we please talk about what happened? Like, this is how this made me feel, and this is what I would like. And sometimes we can come back peacefully and be able to have the conversation. But in that moment when you're triggered, it's really easy to just kind of go off and, scorch earth energy, but it doesn't have to be that way. But, everybody's circumstances are different. Some of you are like, nope, I'm ready to burn bridges. And if that's the case, you might be getting your wish midweek, okay? But we know that it's because this is where you're headed. And keep in mind the star card, it is a major arcana. So this is a big crossroads. This is life purpose, life path. Like, you're ready to do what you need to do for you for once, instead of bending over backwards for everybody else. And the people you've been bending over backwards, they're scared. They're like, oh no, what's going to happen, right? So they might be doing what they can and try to talk you out of these changes. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Temperance. This is another major arcana card. Now, this is really significant for a few different reasons. First and foremost, it came up with the star. The star came up. And so you've got these two major arcana cards. So this is telling us, Cancer, this is a week of really big life-changing decisions. Like, you're not messing around anymore. Like, you're not playing. You said you want to change and you're like, this is not going to be another one of those New Year's where I make some resolution or I say things are going to be better and everything goes to crap again in a few weeks. Like, you are determined. Okay, with the major arcana cards coming up, I feel you really are determined that you're really going to treat this year as a time of change. Temperance card tells us a few things. Number one, it can absolutely mean that a lot of you are kind of waking up to ways in which you feel that you can be of service to humanity, to your fellow man, on however small or large a scale that may be. You're beginning to feel spirit work through you. You're beginning to feel, okay, you know what, like, this is the way in which I'm going to work my light. This is the way in which I'm a light worker. And so some of you are feeling like you're answering a calling, or you're feeling that you're being used for good in some situation by spirit, by the universe. Temperance card overall, regardless of whether or not you have that feeling coming to you at the end of the week, Temperance card is asking you to be patient. You are about to make really big, massive, long-lasting changes. And these are things that don't happen overnight. And you have to have reasonable expectations of yourself. You may be so determined, in such a hurry to get to that finish line, but you need to understand time is a factor. And whether you're working on your goals or not, that same amount of time is going to go by. So you may as well keep at it, right? And I think a lot of you are determined to keep at it. But you need to be acknowledging that, there's just certain factors you can't rush. You can't push back, push past them, right? And you need to give yourself credit. You need to be balanced with how you're viewing yourself and give yourself credit for the progress that you're making and the time frame that you're making it. Temperance can sometimes be having to be able to kind of be patient with the progress. And it can sometimes indicate a compromise, especially those of you where you've got that Five of Swords happening midweek and you're like, I don't want to burn that bridge. I don't want to cut this person out of my life. I just want them to accept that this is the vision I have for myself. You are going to be able to compromise. You are going to be able to kind of come back at the situation and look at how you all can make it work, right? So reconciliation, agreement is definitely possible for those of you that want it, all right? Let's go ahead and see what your blessing card is. And as always, guys, I encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. And I forgot to say, the readings are available again. All the readings, they're up again. Except I'm not doing phone readings anymore. But the 15, 30, 60 minute, I added channeled as well. If you want to get a 2020 forecast, that's available as well. So if you want a private reading, I am taking private readings again. That's linked in the description. And if you want to watch for free the 2020 forecast, 12-month forecast, month by month, that is also linked in the description for all the zodiac signs. Your prayer for the week ahead, my darlings, we have, ooh, you got a nice one. A blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. It's such a beautiful prayer. Such a beautiful prayer. All right, Cancer. A blessing to assist you in making the most of all your senses and in appreciating them, and thus enhancing their beauty within your life. Dear Cancer, may you be blessed with a keen, sensual appreciation of the natural world and all that it has gifted to you through the senses you have been so very blessed to receive. May your two eyes see far and take in the beauty of the world. May they open upon days of joy and close on deeds well done. May the color and the shapes of the world be visions of delight to you, and may you find beauty in the pavement and in the tar, in the stone forests of the cities. May you be given mountains to gaze upon, seas of blue and azure to be reflected within your eyes, green fields and wildflowers to delight you with all the beauty that there is. May you find this beauty within your own form and gaze upon yourself with satisfaction and knowledge that the universe has created a unique moment of wonder within you. May your lips taste wild honey, your tongue find pleasure in the food on your table, and may the meals of your life be sensual delights, enriching the marvel that is your body, fueling you to greater good health. May the texture and delights and sensations of tastes be taken slowly, without greed or hurry. And when you are satisfied, let you give thanks to the natural world for its offerings to you, the earth's child. May your skin sense the world about you and within you, touching those with comfort, nurturing, soothing, and healing of human touch will be yours. Let all those who you touch return that gift, and may the exquisite sensitivity of the body transport you, yet never devour you. May your ears be blessed with the sound of all the wild world, the whisper of trees speaking with each other, the bird songs at each change of season, the sound of speech that is beautiful, truthful, and pleasing, the rich silence of nature that allows you to know yourself so deeply. Blessed be Cancer.